How's it going, everyone? This is going to be a booming guide on Germany, or at least how I do it. Germany, as you probably know, is a very strong economic civ, able to boom, 250 to 270 range, depending on the map and hunts and some other factors. But really good economic civ. You have settler wagons, which are 2 pop, but they're basically like 2.5 villagers with the rate that they gather. You're able to build 20 and then overpop with 3 more, so you have 23 settler wagons total. And then you still have your normal 99 villagers on top of that. So allows you to really build up an economic or economy before the treaty's up. As well, a unique feature to Germany, some of your shipments, or all your shipments come in with Uhlans, so that can, not as relevant in treaty, really good in supremacy to get free cav, but it can help with treasure guardians, but kind of, in my opinion, it's a little bit of a nuisance, because you have to keep up with housing, and then you're also training settler wagons. Deck-wise, so Germany has a lot of different strategies. They have some mercenary strategies where you can do the camps. They have the mercenary hit points and attack. Kind of a typically now that they have the Prince Electors card, you're always going to play with a native deck. So Germany's always set up to play Nats. And then depending on your matchup, you might want a more focused on Doppelsodners if you need them. You think. They also have team settler wagons. Some people play with them, some don't. It depends on if I'm playing, obviously, in a 1v1. There's no reason to have this card. But in a 3v3 or a 4v4 or even a 2v2, it's 2 extra villagers. Well, really 4 extra villagers for your ally each. So that makes a big difference over 40 minutes and the longer the game goes. So typically, the standard deck is what I'm going to play with here. Again, maybe if I'm going against Mexico or, as someone that's going to be spamming a lot of cav, I might take Doppels. Or Aztec or something where, I need the melee units for, like the Arrow Knights, or not Arrow Knights, Eagle Runner Knights, Doppels melee them down. That might be another reason to take Doppels. Anyway, so I'm going to go with standard. So Germany, it's kind of a fairly standard boom. There's a couple different cards that I'll walk through here for the settler wagons, and I'll explain. Gets a little bit chaotic when you get to age 3. And then, of note, Germany earns experience slower than other civilizations, and that's because you get Uhlans with each shipment, so in supremacy, they have to slow that down, otherwise that would be busted. So if you're ever on a map and you have a German ally and there's a trade post, always give it to Germany, because they just earn experience a lot slower. So I picked Orinoco on purpose just because this doesn't have a trade route, but it's a decent treaty map. So I'll kind of walk through the boom here. So to start, you get 3 settler wagons, and then you get normal resources. So we're going to go on hunts. We're going to chop to build a market and a house and to get hunting dogs, and then we're like all others civs, we're just trying to age up as quickly as possible, right? So here we go.
Hallo? Bereit. Ja. Verstanden. Bereit. Bereit. Wird gemacht. Hallo? Aufgabe? Ja. Wird gemacht. Jäger. Bereit. Verstanden. Richtig. Richtig. Wird gemacht. Jäger. Aufgabe?
You have nothing better to do but look for loot.
Holzfäller. Aufgabe? Ja. Bereit. Verstanden. Ja, richtig. Verstanden. Angriff! Ja. Bereit. Jäger. Ja. Verstanden.
I have enough for hunting dogs, but I want to build a house first. I don't want to be housed.
Aufgabe? Ja. Verstanden. Aufgabe? Zimmermann. Jäger.
Go ahead and send economic theory first.
Hallo? Jägerin.
Get hunting dogs.
Aufgabe? Ja. Ja. Verstanden. Ja. Ja. Jäger. Aufgabe? Bereit. Richtig. Aufgabe? Ja. Jäger. Jäger. Ja. Verstanden. Ja. Ja. Aufgabe? Bereit. Verstanden. Ja. Aufgabe? Ja. Richtig, ja. Richtig. Verstanden. Ja. Verstand Jäger. Bereit. Wird gemacht. Jäger. Hallo? Verstand Jäger.
We'll save that card for now.
Aufgabe? Richtig.
And for our first age up, we're just going to age up with 400 wood.
Ja. Wird gemacht. Jäger. Bereit. Aufgabe? Ja. Jäger. Ja, Jäger. Ja. Aufgabe? Ja, verstanden. Angriff! Ja.
Just going to go ahead and get the gang saw wood upgrade for now, so I don't have to do it later.
Aufgabe? Bereit, verstanden. Aufgabe? Jäger, Jäger.
Your troops are out in
Jäger.
the open.
Ja,
Exposed.
bereit. Richtig. Ja. Aufgabe? Jäger, Jäger. Aufgabe? Ja. Ja. Verstanden. Ja. Bereit. Verstanden. Ja. Richtig. Ja. Händler. Ja. Händler. Aufgabe. Händler.
Alright, and then we don't have any cards to send right now in Age 2. So we're just going to collect those wood crates and then get our market
Aufgabe?
upgrades.
Ja. Richtig. Hallo. Richtig. Händler. Aufgabe bereit. Verstanden. Ja.
Just going to chop a little bit more just to get another house out.
Ja.
Just need 30 more wood.
Richtig. Verstanden.
Wood treasure early game can make a big difference.
Aufgabe Jäger, Jäger.
Bereit. Ja.
And the reason why I want to have one more house, even though I have room, is once we start sending these shipments, it can get a little dicey because you're going to start getting Ulans with the shipment, which take up population. So just a preference for me. I don't want to deal with that immediately, so I build a house. Have it ready.
Zimmermann, Händler.
And for our next age up, we're going to age up with a cover wagon.
Bereit. Zimmermann, Händler.
Aufgabe bereit. Richtig.
Right, and then I'm going to get enough coin to get the log flume, because we're about to chop a lot of wood, as you'll see here. This is where things start going a little bit fast once we get into age 3.
Aufgabe Holzfäller. Bereit. Holzfäller. Ja. Jäger. Bereit.
So we're going to need enough wood to build a town center,
Aufgabe.
and then we're also going to start training settler wagons, and to train settler wagons we need mills. In addition to that, settler wagons also cost wood and food, because they're a much stronger villager, so we're going to have a very high wood demand here.
Hallo?
Bereit.
Unfortunately, it only looks like we have 5 mines that spawned, so we're going to have a little bit lower
Ja.
boom, I think. That's okay. Alright, so what I just want to explain. So when we get to age 3, the first card that we want to send is either refrigeration or Germantown farmers. It depends on how quickly you're able to get mills up. So the general idea is that we're going to we'll send refrigeration and Royal Mint, but we want to send this as early as possible and train our settler wagons as quickly as possible. And then we want to get 20 settler wagons out so that when we go to age 4, we can age up and get 3 more settler wagons and overpop with 3. If you were to have the team settler wagons, then you would send that first in age 3, and then your Germantown, and then refrigeration and Royal Mint. So I'm going to build a town center with the Explorer. I'm going to build the other town center, and then I'm going to build a mill as quickly as possible. As those settler wagons come out from being trained, I'm just going to put them on coin. So typically, if you time this right, you should be able to go directly from age 4 to age 5. Again, we only have 5 mines, so that might be a little bit difficult here, but we're going to try our best. All right, so here we go.
Impressive technology. But can you do anything with it?
So I'm not ready to build a mill yet, so I'm just going to send refrigeration first, and then I'll send Germantown farmers. And then you notice here, each one of these shipments now is 6 pop because it's sending Ulans. So you have to have a population slot available to be able to send these cards.
Ja, Holzfäller. Hallo? Ja, Aufgabe.
Alright, so we have enough for
Bereit.
1 mill. So we'll go ahead and build
Zimmermann,
that down
Zimmermann.
here.
Verstanden. Holzfäller.
Bereit.
And for now, I'm just going to delete the Ulans. Because they're just
Hallo?
taking up
Jäger.
space.
Jäger.
That could be nice though to explore the map, to get treasures, so but it also requires you to manage your population a lot closer.
Aufgabe.
Go ahead and build
Zimmermann,
second
Zimmermann,
mill.
Zimmermann, Holzfäller.
And then as soon as that Germantown card comes in, we're going to be able to train settler wagons from the mills. Alright. And then those Uhlans, just going to delete. Then we're going to send Royal Mint. Alright, so we have to keep a very close eye on our food and wood and population here, because each one of these is 2 pop. And the shipments also send 6 Uhlans, or 6 population worth of Uhlans.
Ja, Zimmermann.
Another house.
Holzfäller. Bereit. Ja, Zimmermann. Holzfäller.
Aufgabe? Richtig, Jäger.
Auftrag.
Ja. Wird gemacht. Jäger. Bereit. Richtig, Jäger. Aufgabe? Jäger.
A little bit heavy on wood. Just need to rebalance here, get more on food.
Ja. Aufgabe? Wird gemacht. Jäger. Ja. Jäger, Jäger, Jäger. Bereit. Jäger.
Aufgabe.
I have some extra wood, so I'm going to go ahead and build a
Zimmermann.
church and
Zimmermann,
another 2
Zimmermann.
houses.
Jägerin. Ja, Zimmermann. Zimmermann.
Houses first.
Ja.
Hallo?
Bereit. Ja. Jäger. Hallo?
Ja, Jägerin.
Aufgabe?
Bereit.
Holzfäller. Hallo? Holzfäller.
Aufgabe. Bereit. Wird Jägerin.
Aufgabe? Bereit. Verstanden. Jäger. Aufgabe? Richtig. Jäger.
Hallo?
Alright, so
Bereit.
can pull them
Ja,
off of wood
Jägerin.
now.
Ja. Bereit. Ja.
Leave
Ja.
a couple
Hallo?
choppings
Verstanden.
because we're going to
Jäger.
have to build some more houses.
Hallo? Wird Jägerin.
And then we want to age up with 3 settler wagons. Still have some training, but that's okay. Just you do want to make sure that you don't age up with the settler wagons before you have all your settler wagons out. And we need another house.
Ja. Zimmermann. 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 Hallo? Händler. Händler. Bereit. Händler. 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 Holzfäller. Ja.
Alright, if we time this right, we should be able to go directly from age
Hallo?
4 to
Bereit.
5. We're having to
Holzfäller.
walk a little bit for the mines, but we'll see.
Hallo? Richtig. Verstanden. Jäger. Ja. Aufgabe? Ja. Jäger. Ja. Hallo? Zimmermann. Holzfäller.
Bereit. Aufgabe.
Bereit.
Bereit. Jägerin.
Aufgabe. Richtig Jäger.
Yeah, so we're going to go directly to Imperial. So I just want to explain. When you get to Industrial Age, so immediately we're going to go to Imperial Age, which is typically how you should do it. So we have a unique card that we need to send, and it gives us 35% gather rate on our settler wagons. So we're going to send that first, and then we're going to send our 2 factories. And then usually this is about the time that you're going to start running out of natural resources, as you see here. So then that's when you're going to start sending your normal eco cards, get your mills built out, just put villagers that are popping out on wood. So that's what we're going to do.
Hallo? Bereit. Holzfäller.
We'll age up with 2,000 coin. If you're aging or playing with mercs, you would age up with mercs.
Hallo?
Send that
Ja.
Aufgabe. Holzfäller.
settler wagon gather card. And the other thing too is you don't want to stack a bunch of cards because your Ulans again take up population.
Ja. Holzfäller. Aufgabe. Ja.
Hallo? Holzfäller.
Bereit. Jägerin. Jägerin.
Aufgabe Jäger. Jäger. Hallo? Aufgabe Holzfäller.
Aufgabe. Ja. Holzfäller.
Get that wood upgrade.
Ja. Händler. Holzfäller.
Let's start getting this upgrade for the mills. Then I have the mills along the front. Depending on the map, you might want to put them further back. I just put them where they're closest to the mines. Send our factory.
Bereit. Bereit. Holzfäller. Hallo. Verstand.
Build some more
Zimmermann.
houses.
Zimmermann.
Hallo?
Now, H1 cards don't send Ulans, so I'm going to go ahead and send food silos, which is also a team food silos, which is nice.
Bereit. Hallo? Ja. Hallo? Holzfäller. Ja. Bereit. Holzfäller.
Just going to have all my villagers start coming up here.
Auf. Zimmermann. 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 Zimmermann.
Hallo? Verstanden.
Auftrag.
So, let's just send the factory first. Whoops.
Bereit. Richtig Jäger.
Get our XP from the church.
Bereit. Ja. Richtig. Ja. Holzfäller.
Ja. Wird gemacht.
Ja. Auftrag.
Aufgabe. Hallo?
Hallo? Zimmermann. 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 Zimmermann.
Go ahead and build our mills here.
Bereit. Aufgabe? Holzfäller.
Bereit. Holzfäller. Aufgabe.
Ja.
Bereit. Holzfäller. Ja.
Bereit. Holzfäller. Aufgabe?
Holzfäller.
Alright, so we're going to put
Bauer.
all
Bereit.
23 of our settler wagons on
Holzfäller.
food.
Bereit. Holzfäller. Holzfäller. Ja. Holzfäller.
Ja.
Go ahead and build a plantation so I
Zimmermann.
can
Zimmermann.
start getting the
Holzfäller.
upgrades
Aufgabe.
there.
Holzfäller. Ja. Bereit. Holzfäller.
And then settler wagons,
Zimmermann.
they're a little bit bigger, so most people do 5. send our mill card and then start sending our plantation cards.
Aufgabe, Bauer. Aufgabe, Bauer. Bereit, Bauer. Ja. Bereit, Zimmermann. Aufgabe, Zimmermann. Ja.
So typically all you're ever going to need for food is the 23 settler wagons on food. German is very coin heavy overall, so... And then on this map we have natives, which is just Zapotec, so they'll boost our coin gather too, which is nice. Right now I'm just stacking some wood until I get all my plantation upgrades done. As you can see, we still have 2 more plantation cards to send. You can start building out the rest of your eco, you can build your military buildings, trying to get whatever XP you can. It's a little bit tough with Germany just because they gather XP so much slower.
I had marked those natives as my allies. I must do something about the situation.
Get the gather upgrade there. And as soon as I get this last plantation upgrade, I'm just going to start putting
Auftrag.
on there.
Aufgabe, hallo, Holzfäller. Ja, Holzfäller.
Aufgabe. Ja, Holzfäller. Hallo. Bereit. Aufgabe. Händlerin. Bereit.
Aufgabe, hallo, Aufgabe. Zimmermann.
Ja,
Ja, hallo.
Zimmermann. Aufgabe. Hallo. Bereit. Zimmermann. Hallo. Zimmermann. Ja. Zimmermann.
Bereit. Aufgabe,
Bereit. Ja. Zimmermann.
ja.
Bereit.
Zimmermann, hallo.
Bereit.
Aufgabe, hallo, Holzfäller. Bereit, hallo. Zimmermann. Aufgabe, ja. Hallo. Zimmermann.
Aufgabe. Ja. Zimmermann.
Bereit.
Aufgabe. Hallo. Bereit. Zimmermann. Hallo. Bereit. Hallo. Aufgabe. Hallo. Bereit. Hallo. Zimmermann.
And usually leave about 14 chopping, somewhere around there, 14, 15.
Ja. Zimmermann, Zimmerbauer.
Send that last coin card. Start getting some of our upgrades. Arsenal. So, because Germany has some card issues trying to get all these cards up before the treaty's up, especially if you don't have a trade post. So the priorities are train time and then our prince electors. So that's kind of similar to some of the other European civs that got to rework, like France, that you choose. It's a little bit different in Germany in that you choose who you want to ally with, and then you get the units but not the techs. Whereas like France, you know, you're getting the techs and the units. This is just the units. And there's a couple different options there. I'll explain in a little bit. So we'll send that card next. Usually advanced arsenal, you wait and send that to later in the game. Just because it's just too hard to, you need train times and you need this before the treaty's up. Advanced arsenal can wait and kind of do it in the fight.
Verstanden.
Train the natives, start doing upgrades. Just anything you can do to
Ja.
get XP, do it.
Zimmermann. 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 Zimmermann, Zimmermann, Zimmermann. Zimmermann, Zimmermann, Zimmermann. Zimmermann, Zimmermann, Zimmermann. Hallo? Zimmermann, Zimmermann, Zimmermann. Zimmermann, Zimmermann. Zimmermann, Zimmermann, Zimmermann. 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 Ja. Zimmermann. Zimmermann. Zimmermann.
So, you're going to have a native deck by default. You're going to have cheaper nats because the Prince Electors, those are native units. But they do count towards your pop, so they're not overpop natives, but you definitely want to have that. And then you want to make sure that you get your native upgrade, even if you're not fighting with natives on the map, just because that affects whatever you ally with. Also, heavy cannons, you want to make sure you upgrade those because that is your unlimited shipment. And this is where you can use the Ulans that you got from your shipments to explore, get any remaining treasures. I delete mine just so I don't have to, I'm not as much under much pressure to build houses. You can see even with deleting them, there was a lot of pressure just to have pop space. So once you get all this hard part done, it's not that bad, but yeah, it can get a little chaotic in H3, getting all that stuff out.
Hallo? Zimmermann. 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 So we're going to go ahead and send this Prince Electors card. And that's going to send us a wagon to build a royal embassy, so we'll go ahead and build that, and then we'll decide who we want to age up or ally with.
Alright, so you can see here we have a couple different options here. So I usually go with Hannover because that gives you the basically a musketeer unit. It gives you the drummer, which is an inspiring unit that increases the movement speed and then the rate of fire for your units. Really good. But I'll be honest, I don't know what all these are. You have the hand cav. I don't think there's anything better than Hanover. Just increasing the rate of fire of your army is just better. But these enable units. You know, the Royal Hunter or Oldenburg gives you the Royal Hunter and the Northern Musketeer. It's okay. I don't see anything better than the Hanover, so that's what I'm going to go with. And we're going to immediately train 3 drummers and put them in our economy at least, so our villagers move around the plantations and mills faster. And we're going to start doing the upgrades here for Hanover units. So the Brunswicker and then the Hussar, so slightly better heavy cav, and then we have a musketeer unit that has a build limit of 23, which is nice because Germany doesn't have a musketeer unit. And for now I'm just going to spread these drummers out. You can kind of see the aura that goes over the villagers, their movement speed increases.
Hallo?
4.40. So think of the drummers kind of like an inspiring flag, like USA has or Mexico. Get our remaining upgrades. Get our wood upgrade and infantry upgrade for the natives.
Ja, richtig. Händlerin.
I'm going to go ahead and train musketeers, go ahead and train some artillery. Alright, so you can see, obviously we have 122 villagers, so we need to, you have to build elite as Germany. You cannot play with 122 villagers. You will your opponent will overwhelm you. So I feel you need to at least delete 50. You can be much more aggressive. If this is a high-res game, delete all your villagers except for your settler wagons. You can easily function for a very long time with just settler wagons. So what I like to do is go ahead and get them in a control group so I can just quickly delete them, and we'll delete villagers at like the 2-minute mark.
Ja. Hallo? Ja. Hallo? Aufgabe? Ja. Aufgabe? Ja. Hallo?
And then just when you're training your army, make sure you save a slot or pop slot so you can send your card, because remember each one sends Uhlans.
Ja, jawohl, jawohl.
Bereit! Verstanden! Jana.
Auftrag? Bereit. Auftrag?
Ja, ja. Ja, Jana. Nishina, ja. Nishina, Jana. Nishina, ja. Jana.
Usually about the 2-minute mark is when you're gonna delete.
Ja, bereit. Verstanden. Ja.
Probably not gonna have your cav train speed
Auftrag wird erledigt. Bereit.
Or we'll be
Auftrag,
sending
jawohl.
it
Ja,
right
Auftrag
as the
wird
treaty
erledigt.
is
Jawohl.
up.
Ja,
Bereit.
bereit.
Erledigt.
Verstanden. Auftrag, jawohl. Ja, bereit.
Auftrag. Verstanden. Bereit. Verstanden. Jawohl. Bereit. Verstanden. Erledigt. Auftrag.
And then always make sure your waypoint is correct, because those Ulans are going to be coming. You don't want them going into your eco. So you want to make sure you have them set to the proper
Hallo?
spot.
Wird gemacht. Verstand. Wird gemacht. Verstand. Händlerin.
And then depending on if you're playing with natives, you can easily put one of your factories now on coin if you have an excess amount of wood. Your Hannover units, they cost coin and food, and then natives typically on the map, unless it's the European natives, cost wood and food. Go ahead and send infantry train time. You can see that put us, because of the 6 pop from Ulans coming in.
Ja,
You can save the Ulans and have them for your starting fight if you're doing kind of a melee push.
Bereit. Auftrag.
Aufgabe.
So 2 minutes, I'm going to delete 50 villagers. Train 10 war wagons, then train some skirmishers.
Ja, wird erledigt.
Ja,
bereit.
Auftrag.
Ja, jawohl.
Minutemen.
Auftrag. Ja, verstanden. Jawohl. Bereit. Ja. Verstanden.
Bereit. Wird gemacht. Aufgabe, ja.
Ja, wird erledigt.
Ja, wird erledigt.
War wagons, so I'll run through some of the units
Yeah,
here
right.
right at the end of the treaty.
Auftrag. Ja, wird erledigt.
Auftrag.
Ja,
bereit.
Auftrag. Jawohl.
Bereit.
Ja, verstanden. Bereit. Wird erledigt.
Ja. Hallo? Richtig, ja. Bereit. Verstanden. Ja. Hallo? Wird, ja. Bereit. Wird gemacht. Ja, ja. Bereit.
Ja, bereit. Ja, jawohl. Auftrag. Auftrag. Wird erledigt. Auftrag. Verstanden. Auftrag wird erledigt. Ja, jawohl. Verstanden. Ja, bereit.
Ja,
Ja.
bereit.
Alright, so you can see with this method we're able to get 270 plus. That was with 10% from Zapotec, which is nice, but still we're right where we need to be. Alright, so just want to explain, so we got the 271. So Germany doesn't have a musketeer unit by default. You only have the one that's available if you age up with Hanover. And again, that's if you go with Hanover. Again, there's different houses there that people like to use, but I honestly, just with drummers, they're so OP. Like, people I don't think understand what drummers are doing, but they're increasing how quickly your units fire, which, by the way, we need to have drummers down at the fight.
Yes.
So keep them in stand ground behind your army, and that increases the rate of fire for your units. So you have the musketeer from Hanover, you have the cavalry unit, the hussar, you have doppels, which are anti-cav, heavy infantry, really high damage to I mean, they just absolutely delete cavalry units. Situational, you shouldn't have those out unless you see like a cav spam, or like maybe you're trying to run on the side and take down some buildings. They have a really high siege, but they're a situational unit. Needle gunners, that's your skirmisher. And then you have Uhlans, which you get free, but you can also train at the barracks, but they come in with your shipments. And then you have War Wagons, which is your anti-cavalry ranged unit. The nice thing about War Wagons is not only do they do a high amount of damage, but because they're so large, you'll typically see people hide them and kind of put them over their artillery. So, like if you're my opponent and you're trying to culve this horse cannon in here, where is it? Good luck. So if you keep a couple War Wagons, there it is, buried. If you have culverins, you know, if I have my culverins here that I'm shooting the enemy on this side and I have War Wagons around it, they're a pain in the ass to try and identify like where the artillery is. So really good to keep those out at all times, you know, 5, 10, or something like that. And they're also very high HP, and then you have a couple more cards that are going to increase that even more. But War Wagons are really good. They also have a 2x bonus versus, just like all ranged units, they have a bonus versus artillery. And just the other thing is, don't be afraid to Vil delete with any civilization, but Germany especially, because you just have really pop heavy units. So even with us deleting down to 72, like you can see, this is a smaller army. You have 3 pop War Wagons, so that, you know, that's a lot of population right there. That's 30 population just in those units. So you have the extra resources. You can easily, you know, outmass your opponent by deleting heavier. You have plenty of resources to do so. So don't be afraid to. So hope this guide was helpful. That's how I do it. Again, there's all kinds of strategies with the Royal Embassy. Oh, that's the other thing I want to show is the drummer. So
Ready.
we want to have the drummers down at the fight and keep them in stand ground so that they don't keep advancing forward. And make sure you keep drummers out at all times. So you can see rate of fire goes up. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but it really is. And then it also increases the movement speed. Makes a huge difference having them around. So think of them as an inspiring flag. You actually don't have to have, they don't stack. So if you have just one, you leave the other 2 in your economy, you can definitely do that too. It's just easier, I think. Napoleon never stood a chance. Alright, so anyway, so that's the Germany guide. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below. Good luck!